Hello everyone, myself Kunal. I have completed my engineering from Nagpur, and after completing my engineering I went for an internship in HAL. But while working there, while engineering, I used to visit search and attend Nirman camps. During those camps I got a view of Gadchiroli where there needs to be delivered a lot. So to fill in those gaps, while I completed my internship at HAL, I came back to Gadchiroli and applied for this fellowship. While during this fellowship, the special point of application was this fellowship really gives you a free hand to select your indicators for which you need to work for, and then you prepare a plan with village people, and then for funding you don't have to bother at all. I have really experienced this through a special project. I will be sharing about that. Now let us have a look at some of the experiences my fellow mates have been having throughout the 2 years. Gadchiroli Ambore, a master's in mass communication, he has a very good communication and mobilization skills. He faced in his initial period of joining a lot of opposition from his sarpanch as well as committee members. But Gajanan kept on his best, trying to bring on the positive behavioral changes in these members of Gram Panchayat committee. And today, I would like to mention that Gajanan has created a local rural development fellow out of his sarpanch. So which I think addresses the issue of sustainability of a rural development fellow when Gajanan leaves as a rural development fellow from MVSTF. Apart from this, this behavioral change issue has been a source of inspiration and support to all other fellows who have been facing similar type of bottlenecks while working in the villages. Sanket Ahir, a graduate in physics from St. Xavier's. It is difficult to move on to Gadchiroli after this type of graduation. With Gadchiroli Ambore, he set up a solar-based irrigation plant for around 50 farmers. In a place like Gadchiroli, how he managed those people, those 50 farmers, to contribute approximately 3 lakh rupees towards their solar irrigation facilities. Now again, as I said earlier, there is really no scarcity of schemes and funds for us. So Gajanan brought in this special project scheme as well as the agriculture scheme for solar lift irrigation. And today those 50 farmers, I think that indicator goes up to addressing the doubling of farm income through this project. Yogesh Waghade, a chemical engineer, very well addressed the problem of access to clean drinking water. Working in Mulchera, the problem was high chloride content in the water. So Yogesh Waghade, with his Gram Sabha members, created an action plan. They not only addressed this issue through implementation of a water purification plant, but the water purification plant has been a revenue generation model for that village. And this has been a source of replication model for all other Gram Parivartaks to implement the same model in their village. So this can be seen as a source of clean drinking water for everyone, but also a revenue generation model for the village, through which village can address various other problems on their own. Now let me share my personal experience. I joined VSTF and it took me around 3 to 4 Gram Sabhas to technically analyze what the core problem areas are. So after technically going through these Gram Sabhas, people questioned me, what are the outcome of your work? Rather than you give me input, I give you output, but what are the outcome of my work? So we targeted 2 things to get on, that is education quality improvement as well as livelihood generation for women SHG. MSRLM has been quite supportive in setting up the Farmers Producers Company and setting up all the SHGs at Gram Panchayat level. But what is new in this is forests of Gadchiroli have a huge potential for livelihood generation. And it would be good that those tribal people get their livelihood through those forests. We have presented this idea of setting up processing units at 6 VSTF villages, making a cluster of livelihood project. This cluster was so special that Collector Sir Gadchiroli gave in funding through special central assistance of 15 lakhs. MSRLM contributed around 18 lakhs and VSTF through special projects gave us 86 lakhs. This all contributed towards 1 crore 19 lakhs for the special project of NTFP processing. I think we shall achieve this sustainable livelihood. We shall make a good model for livelihood generation in Gadchiroli. But what is more critical in this is these fellows, 6 fellows who have come together to work for this cause, not only are helping the villages, but they are helping themselves in building their own profile for further jobs. So this is supporting ourselves as well as the villagers. Drawing resources, I think this is an important point. Drawing resources from the forest for livelihood generation is quite important. But at the same time, it is important to give back to the forest where it has been drawn. So fellows have been quite functional with Maharashtra State Biodiversity Board as well as the Indo-German Biodiversity Project in implementing the access benefit sharing component in Gadchiroli Gram Panchayat, for where they access the raw material from the forest. There have been quite good examples of social behavioral changes, as Muktipath has been quite functional in Gadchiroli, all the Gram Panchayats. Two of our batchmates, Samadhan Kastur and Ravindra Chunarkar, were quite successful in implementing the ban on tobacco consumption as well as alcohol consumption. With continuous follow-up from DRDA and MVSTF office, we were able to complete our housing scheme as soon as possible. The other schemes which need to be mentioned is Gadchiroli fellows were able to perform very well in MNREGS as well as Jalukta Shivar. There had been a huge desiltation of these irrigation lakes, providing irrigation facilities to all the farmers, which they faced a lack of water during Kharif paddy farming. It has been a to and fro experience while working with VSTF. I think learning experience I got during these years is way more than what I have contributed to the village. So I will continue to deliver my best in the region, as there is a long way for achieving the sustainable transformation targets. Thank you, sir.